Hello internet friends, home improvement aficionados, cheapskates, anybody that's got something to do around the house, anybody wants to save money. We're welcoming you here to the very first episode of You Can't Afford Not to Do That, where we try to pass on to you money saving, time saving tips from home improvements, making your appliances work more efficient, saving money with that, thinking outside the box, doing things that you wouldn't normally do, but something that could really help you out. So we're going to have a lot of fun with these projects. A lot of them I've done through the years. We can maybe kind of reverse engineer some of them. Other ones we're in the midst of doing, and that's what we're doing today. We have a stair project, basement stairs. You get a picture over here of a 1950s basement stair, basically thrown together from probably scrap wood on the job site. So they did things back then. Whatever was available you used, so these steps were a perfect example of that. We've straightened them out and tightened them up a couple different times. They had carpet and tile on them, and carpet down here. We had to replace the basement flooring, and we had a little bit of problem finding something that we liked that would be helpful to the flooring, the cement floor that we had. A little bit of, it wasn't exactly straight or level, so this flooring here is rather thin and it has some give to it, and that's what we decided to go with. It was on sale at Menards, and what really sold me on it, it says the strong silent type, so I thought you were talking about me, so I figured I'm going to get that. It's got to be a product right after my own heart. So anyways, what we're going to do here, so we got the basement floor done, but the steps are left. There's a little bit of work, a little bit of finagling to that. So what we're going to do is a little bit different. Instead of using the regular nailed down stair edging, we got this kind of new to me stair edging that has a double-sided tape that will hold itself in place. And of course this planking, this floor planking here on top of these steps is not going to be very secure, so what we're going to do is do something that probably you wouldn't think about doing, but we're going to use this very thin carpet tape. I like it because it does have like the weaving in it, as you can see. So that's a lot stronger than just regular tape. There was a regular tape for vinyl flooring. I said that's kind of stupid. That's not going to be very strong. So we went with this, and it was actually cheaper too, and you got more for your money. So you can't go wrong there. Hey, you can't afford not to do that, right? Alright, so what we're going to do to start out this project, as you can see, the planks are only about 6 inches wide, so your stair tread is at least 9 inches wide. So you have to take 2 planks. They do click together rather nicely. And what we're going to do is simply, these are all cut to the right length, so you don't have to worry about that. But what we're going to do is, you see where the seam is, and this would be the front of the tread where your edging would go, your aluminum edging. So you want to get a little bit closer to that. You can take it just a little bit forward to that seam there. So we're going to tie it down and cut it. Doesn't have to be exactly, as long as you're not hanging over. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we are cut to size. As you'll see, we got that black mastic they used a long time ago to hold the old tile in place, and that's just impossible to get off. So the best thing is to just cover it up. It was covered up with tile and carpet before. Maybe that's why they made that song, that old black mastic. So here we go, putting it in place, pushing it down. We did put the smaller piece forward. Alright, that sits in there very nicely. And what we're going to do, we already pre-measured this edging, aluminum edging. Instead of typically cutting it with a hacksaw or maybe a sawzall with the metal blade, we're going to speed it up a little bit. Just use these aviation snips, the right and the left. So what you want to typically do is, cut these I already measured it, so we're going to just cut our line right up to the 90 degree there. Take our other ones. I'm just going to give it a few twists. And I believe this is the size we want. Yep. You know your curved part goes over and down. So I want to point out also, you're going to have to be removing, of course, the backing on here. That's just to see if it will fit. So you got backing on this tape as well. Okay, so putting it in place, push it up against your tread nose first. And what I like about this is it speeds up the process because you don't have the nailing. Typically, you'd have nails every 6 inches or something. That's kind of a hassle. It slows you down, and plus, inevitably you're going to miss a nail and put a nice ding into this beautiful looking piece of edging, right? So you don't want to do that. So there's that in place. Now previously we took the face, the riser facing here. We have another piece of planking there. We glued it down with the carpet tape as well. So that's in place. So what we're going to do next then is we have the quarter round molding, and we already cut it to size. Typically you use like a miter box or a chop saw. I got rid of both of mine for some reason, and I just used my Ryobi circular saw, and that tells you how long I've been doing home improvement. Way back when Ryobi used to be blue. You don't see that anymore, but they were made very good back then as well. So what we're going to do is put this in place on your step. And I didn't put the tape underneath there. I didn't want to waste the tape. You only had it up here at this part. So this quarter round will hold everything in place. It'll keep dirt from going back there too. I noticed these old steps, you always get a gap and you have dirt falling down there. It's kind of annoying. So what we're actually going to do, we're just going to put a few nails, brads in place here with our brad nailer here. See if we got any. Yeah, we got some in there. Probably longer than we need, but that's kind of what came with the gun. And then we got our, this is a pneumatic, of course. So we got our compressor ready to go. And make sure safety first, have some goggles or glasses on. So we're just going to put a few in there, and we're going to try to make it not go down on the top tread, but we're going to try to hit the riser is what we basically want to do, because we want to hold this in place more than we need to hold this in place. Beautiful. What's going on here? And I'm pressing down on a quarter round to keep it nice and tight in that 90-degree angle there. And that's it. We just continue that process the whole way up the steps, and probably even looks better than the nailed part that you normally would put on there. So that's it, friends. Hopefully that'll help you out in your project. Thank you.